meditation or chanting style that was called Tonglen. Classical Tonglen is one breathes in the troubles and grief of the world, and one breathes out what the world needs: peace, love, kindness. First time I heard that, I flinched. I can't handle the troubles of the world. Oh my gosh. So I breathed in what I needed at the time, and breathed out what I needed to release. What the world needs: love, kindness. So you're open to modify this tradition in any way you wish. Settling into our chairs. Let's make ourselves comfortable. And notice our breath. The rise and fall of our chest. We find that place where air becomes breath, life. And as we breathe in that which needs to be taken in by each of us. The joy of a birth, sorrows of the world, what we need to take in now. I breathe in the suffering of my new thought community, of my country, and those who suffer across the world. I breathe out peace. I breathe out harmony. I breathe in love and kindness. I breathe out love and kindness like seeds in the wind.
I breathe in beauty. I breathe out beauty into the world. Knowing that all is well, I prepare to return to the room. This room so full of love. Slowly returning. As we look around, we recognize what a room full of love looks like. Indeed, all is well. All is well. All is well. Thank you all. We may be a little early today. I couldn't see the clock. Michelle, do you know what time it is? Just out of curiosity. Oh, I can see it now. Oh, pretty close. Pretty close. Thank you. Well, I didn't do anything to help us, so it's different sort of meditation. That's very cool. I've always said questions.
There we go. All right. We ready to rock? Waiting on my tech team. There we go. All right. Please feel free to stand if you comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry wash away from me, I open my eyes and see. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. If you got harmony, let's hear it. There is only love. There is only love that sets us free. There is only love, love that sets us free, sets us free, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There you go. Thank you.
Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Good morning. All right, everybody's almost awake and everything. I love it. This is Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, where all faiths are welcome and none is required, where all fellow human souls are welcome, regardless of any differences our brains might want to generate about it. My name is Brian Kurtz. My pronouns are he and him. And I want to thank Greg Gardner for leading a great meditation this morning. Yes. And there is always a lot going on at RGCSL. We're not going to be able to cover it all here, but I'm going to do my best and speak quickly. In the meantime, I want you to check out all the flyers we have on the table out there. Read your bulletin. If you haven't gotten one, get one. There's a lot going on. I'm going to do my best to cover it all. The healer for the day is me. Come and see me in the room through the kitchen, turn right, and I'll be in there waiting for you with whatever you may have going on, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or any other way that whatever comes through me can help resolve. Solid grounds this week. This Friday is Dana Cooper. If you don't know Dana, I've been watching Dana since the early 80s in Austin. He and a guy named Shake Russell used to team up and do some really amazing folk and Americana stuff. He's going to be here Friday night for Solid Grounds. I saw him last in Medford, Oregon, when I just happened to be up there and saw an email that he was going to be playing. The guy's music is great. He's a great guitar player, great singer, great harmonica player, and his music has a lot to say. So come and check that out. He's going to be awesome. Before I get any further, I want to make sure that everyone knows we probably know about the transition of our dear friend Michael Cowden, who passed recently. Tuesday the 9th at 5 o'clock will be a service here honoring his life. Please be there if you can be there. Pride is coming up. Grace, where's Grace? Stand up, see Grace, and where is Dr. Michelle? Dr. Michelle, see Dr. Michelle back there? These two people are now going to be our volunteer coordinators. Yes, that deserves applause for taking that on. Thank you. Grace is going to be doing a lot of stuff around the Pride Parade and staffing our booth, which will be there because we are a radically inclusive congregation. I love that term, but I wish it wasn't considered radical just to be inclusive. But that's the world. That's the world we live in right now. So want to mention that. Talk to Grace. There's going to be 8 hours of potential booth duty, handing out flyers about us, our congregation. 2-hour shifts. Yeah, 2-hour shifts over 8 hours. I'm going to be signing up for a few just because I think it's going to be a blast. Also want to mention Dr. Davina Patulski is going to be doing a past life regression workshop. What's the date? The 7th. Next Sunday. Please be there for that. If you've never done any past life regression work, I've only done it once, but it was transformative for me. I got to find out, oh, this is why I am that way in this lifetime, because it goes back to stuff that we're all kind of connected that way. I'm not sure I really get into the quote-unquote past life thing. I believe that when you get into that realm beyond time and space, it's sort of all of your past and future and present lives all happening at once, but they all have an effect. So I would consider that pretty darned important to be more aware of and be able to more readily tune into. Carol Ann, where's Carol Ann? Stand up for a second. I know you don't want it. Carol Ann is our volunteer of the month for one last day, but she has been our volunteer coordinator like seemingly forever, and is the reason that so much has gotten done around here for so long. So you may not want us to acknowledge you, but I'm doing it anyway. Thank you. Woo. After services, we're going to be having a movie. I'm going to see if I can get it right again. I'm still not going to get it right. Remarkably Bright Creatures, metaphysical related kind of movie to discuss right after services. Be there, enjoy the movie. Everyone's welcome. The Quantum Portal, which is our bookstore, wanted to make sure that everyone knows today is your last day if you're a May birthday person to get your discount at the bookstore. There's more fun stuff that's going to be coming into the bookstore's inventory soon. Want to make sure you know about that. On Sunday the 14th, Roger Holden will be hosting a workshop and a discussion around near-death experiences. And the speaker for this first meeting will be Susan Solari, whose artwork was inspired by her own near-death experience. So if that's something you have experienced yourself or have been interested in or would like to share something about it, come on over Sunday the 14th for that one. It's a meetup group, and there's going to be, let's see, what time is it? Is it, what? 1:30. 1:30, thank you, Roger. And also we have an Authors Out Loud event for the LGBTQ community featuring local authors. There'll be that's going to be Sunday the 21st. There'll be readings 1 to 2 and a reception 2 to 3. And let's see, there's so much going on. I just want to make sure I don't leave anything out. Just cover me and check out your newsletter and bulletins and all the printed material on the table. And don't forget to go check out rgcsl.org. Check out the website, and thank you.
Good morning. I am Michelle Coleman. I'm a licensed Unity teacher. My pronouns are she and her. And I welcome everyone online and welcome everyone that's here in the room this morning. My, you all are so bright this morning. This is exciting. So I invite you also to take a look around and see who you are here celebrating with. Yes. Yeah. You are here by divine appointment. And we, each of us, is fully blessed by the presence of one another. Oh, I like that. That felt good, didn't it? All righty, so I invite you to go to your heart. As we open up, giving thanks for this opportunity to come together, to be reminded of the truth of who we are. There is only one Spirit, one love, and we are an expression of that one. And we feel it, we can see it when we look in the eyes of one another and allow our hearts to open, to take in the love, the joy, the acceptance, the presence. And I just invite you just to breathe that in, because we need more of that in our lives. And we get reminded of that when we come together for service. And as we open to Reverend Kit's message today, I invite your hearts to be ready to be filled with the truth. And as we connect, allowing ourselves to express the truth, the love that we are, we give thanks that we have a community that we can come to, where we can be reminded of this truth and receive the support and the encouragement to step into living this truth. And we release this prayer, giving thanks for our awareness and the truth of who we are. And I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is.
I surrender to the power and presence of love within me. And all is well. All is well. I surrender to the power and presence of love within me. And all is well. Join me, please. I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me. And all is well, all is well. All is well, all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me. And all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of joy within me. All is well, all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of joy within me. And all is well. Repeat after me, please. I am love, I am love, I am peace, I am peace, I am joy, I am joy. You got it. I am love, I am love, I am peace, I am joy. And all is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. Very nice.
Give Reverend Kit some love.
Thank you, Reverend Gill.
Woo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Morning, all of our online folks. We hope you're having a good time. We hope the sound is getting better. Okay. It was your piano.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the piano. That was the fault. Yeah. The last time I checked, anyway. That's what it was weird. Anyway, thank you all for being here. My name's Gil. I'm the spiritual director here. My pronouns are he and him, and I am delighted to see everyone here. This is very wonderful. Very wonderful. Do we have anyone with us? If you're out there in the ethers, let us know online. If you're new with us today, we want to greet you. If there's anybody in the room that's new today, we'd like to greet you. If you're, oh, right, there we go. Thank you so much. Can we grab the bags? Will you do that for me? Oh, Brian's got it. We have a little gift for you. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here and being brave. While you get your gifts, we're all going to do a little blessing for you, and especially, and anyone new out there, and for each other. So we're going to rub our hands together, create a little energy, and we're going to send it out to you and say, we see you. We see you. We know who you really are. We know who you really are. You are a divine emanation of spirit. You are a divine emanation of spirit. You are perfect and complete. You are perfect and complete. We love you. We thank Spirit for you, and we welcome you home. Thank you so much for being with us. Let's give a round of applause. Yes. So we like to anchor some basic truths that we acknowledge here in New Thought, and particularly in this location of the Center for Spiritual Living. And the first one is that there is only one power in the universe. And that power is known by many names, but it's simply the one. We call it God, we call it Spirit, we call it Mother, Father, God, we call it all kinds of things. but it's still the same power. Secondly, we know that our thoughts are creative. So we keep an eye on what we're thinking, what we're holding in us, in our thoughts, what we're holding inside as our beliefs, because those affect what happens in the world and in our lives. So the reality is we have not only some control, we have some responsibility. That's the part I don't like. But ultimately, it's good. Ultimately, it's helpful. We also hold to the truth that all is love. There is only love, and sometimes it looks really messy and not very nice, but it can't be anything other than love, because that is the essence of the Creator, and everything is filled with the essence of the Creator. And finally, we are all whole, perfect, and complete right where we are. There's nothing that needs to be added, nothing that needs to be taken away. All that we need to do is recognize ourselves. So, with that, we move into our time of our message. And the beauty of today is that we have our special guest, Reverend Kit Holmes. Let's give her another round of applause. Reverend Kit joins us every so often. Apparently, you and Susan had some kind of confusion this week, because she's in Santa Fe singing at Charles Church, and you're here. So they drove 2 directions. Yeah. Anyway, no, Reverend Kit lives up in Santa Fe, and sometimes I envy her ministry, because she gets to go and speak and sing and do all these fun things with congregations, and then she goes home, and then she comes back again later and visits. But it's a beautiful thing to have someone with this much love and talent to show up and share it with us. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gil. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to start the talk today with a song. It's in your eyes, the questions of the ages. There are challenges and changes in everything you see. It's hard to trust, and sometimes the best of us can lose our way. That's why I'm here to say, I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. It's in your hands. There are angels in the answers. Choose your second chances. This is where you're meant to be. Don't second guess. Life will give you all the happiness that you deserve. Rest assured, I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. I'm gonna ask you to remember that you have everything you need every time you look into a mirror. 'Cause no matter where life finds you, the light of love surrounds you. You'll always have the only words you'll ever need to hear. gonna hold you in the light. Hold you in the light. Hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. In the light of love. There you go. Thank you. Yes. There we go. I know it's always going to make noise. Good morning once again, and welcome. Thank you again, Reverend Gill, for having me, Robin, for putting me on the schedule. Thank you all for, you keep asking me back, and I love it. It is always, oh yes, thank you. It is always an honor and a privilege to be invited back somewhere. It says I must be doing something right when the phone doesn't ring, and it's like, okay. So hold you in the light this morning. It's in your eyes, the questions of the ages. There are challenges and changes in everything you see. That's the first part of the first verse. And my question to you this morning is, how many of you might be questioning the challenges and changes that are happening in the world? You can put your hands up. It's okay. You won't get in trouble. Thank you. I would hope that every hand in the room might go up. How many of you might be finding it hard to trust what you see, what you read, what you hear on a daily basis? And here's the biggie. How many of you every now and then might have a little shred of doubt that God is in this too? Yeah. So today I am talking about, we're wrapping up, the global theme for the month of May was about doubt. And you probably heard that through the month, through the different talks. And today the title of this is Questioning Things, Questioning as an Act of Love. And what does that mean exactly? Well, I can tell you that as a minister and a practitioners, and I'm Gil, you probably know this, and Robin as well, that even though we are in this role of a spiritual leader or somebody who brings spirituality and God into everything we do, or we try to, we're still human. I have my doubts just along with everybody else because I'm human too. I have my doubts and I have my questioning because I go into fear. When there is a daily barrage of not just one but many things, it seems, in the world, there is a lot to be afraid of. But what I know in this teaching is we have that thing. We have that foundation. We have this beautiful thing called questioning that is part of our spiritual practice. And to have doubt about what's going on in the world, to question what's going on in the world, we go back to the very core that we are as human beings. We are inherently curious. It is in our nature to question things. How does this work? What is that? What is this? What is that? Right? And somewhere along the line, and especially recently and in the last few years, we have been kind of like questioning things is somehow bad. When we look at what's happening in the world, when we are, as I say, I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to use the word because it's true. We're bullied these days into not speaking out, to not asking questions. How many of you ever, as when you were a kid, heard the thing, well, that was a stupid question? And what did that do? It shut us down, exactly. It shut us down to the natural curiosity and wonder that we come into this world with. And somewhere, much of the time when we were kids, if we came from a faith tradition where we were not supposed to ask questions, we learned there must be only one kind of a God, and maybe I don't believe in the right one. Does that sound or feel familiar to anyone? Good. If it didn't, good for you. But that thing that says, don't question this, because we, whoever we are, want you to believe this certain way. And if you don't, you're the problem, not us. That's the other part of this thing with doubt, when we can use doubt and questioning as the foundation for a practical faith. And what do we mean by practical? We question. Ernest Holmes directs us. This thing that you see, doubt is the foundation of a practical faith. He says, he consistently reminds us that science of mind must remain a living teaching, an active evolutionary teaching. As he says, shorn of dogmatism, freed from superstition, and open at the top. How many times have you heard that? Open at the top for greater illumination, unbound and unlimited, yet grounded in timeless spiritual principles. That came from a book called The Seminar Lectures, which was 1953, where they were in the Sierra Nevadas as a summer retreat. It was the precursor to what became a Silomar. But in those lectures, that was where he started to, it must be active. We must remain open at the top. We must be as little children and approach this with curiosity, not fear. Because what that does is it moves us out of our status quo, that comfort zone that we can get into that says, this is the way things, oh, it's okay, this is the way things have always been. I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm just going to go along with it until we can't. If we look at doubt, another part of doubt or questioning, as a call to accountability, this is where a lot of us may be right now, and it's necessary and vital. Think of that as a part of your spiritual practice, to call out, to speak truth to power, whatever that might look for you, but to call out when we know inherently when something feels wrong, looks wrong. We can, day in and day out, watch something happen. We have the technology across the world now where in real time we can watch something happen with our own eyes and then be told it did not happen. And so doubt, questioning, holding it up into the light of accountability to say, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. When I was putting this talk together, as I usually do, I'll go down several rabbit holes for things. And one of the things that I was looking at was the thing of, critical thinking. Yeah, what? Contrast and compare, contrast and compare. And then I went down this rabbit hole of, I found this podcast, and I didn't write the name of it down. I wish I had. I saved the video, though, but it was about basically how we are engineering stupid. And part of that is our attention span. And this psychologist who her doctorate was in psychology, way back in 2004, was talking about attention spans. And she was surprised to find out that nobody had yet studied anything about attention spans. So they did numerous tests about this, numerous studies and all these experiments and so forth. And in 2004, this was for people on screens, like working on computers or watching television or something like that, because in 2004, we didn't have a lot of the technology that we have now. In 2004, the attention span was 2.5 minutes before there was a click to something else. Between 2016 and 2022, that had dropped to 47 seconds. And where we can go with the black and white saying, oh, it's our phones, it's this, it's everything. And the surprising thing is we like to say, oh, it's the younger generation. Not happening. So that question of, well, what is the attention span? That questioning what the norm or what the assumed norm was now has been studied, and we're watching what is happening. So the questioning that we're doing, here's the bad news. None of us, no matter the age group, 47 seconds of attention. And so if you start to question something, our brains are shrinking or moving or readjusting themselves to say, oops, yeah, I started reading that, that's interesting, and I'm moving on. And we keep collectively programming entertainment, news, everything else into those nice little things called TikToks that are seconds, 30 seconds or less, and memes and short, and all of it designed to keep us in the loop of not questioning. So questioning and doubt is accountability. The comedian Stephen Wright, if you know who I'm talking about, he's a very droll, dry, almost even boring until you listen to what he has to say. And I love this. He said, tell a man there are 400 billion stars in the universe and he'll believe you. But tell him there's wet paint on a bench and he will touch it to make sure you're telling him the truth. That's where we go with this. Where are we putting our active faith? In what somebody tells us or what we can see and feel and touch and experience for ourselves? So the questioning is very, very, very important. As I said, we are constantly being bullied into not believing our own eyes, not believing our physical senses, and what we feel inherently is right or wrong. The third part of doubt or questioning is that doubt can lead to a deeper faith of a living God. Again, it is questioning. It's not settling for, even in science of mind. As I said earlier, Ernest Holmes is still open at the top. He says, let me repeat that ours is not an authoritative religion. We have a textbook which is the accumulation of the greatest teaching of the ages, but we haven't any thought of becoming a closed system. We have two possibilities. We can become so narrow that we never grow, or we can become so broad that we have no depth. And our work is to find the balance. That's the practice. The faith in a living God of which he speaks. If you think about certainty, and I love what happened this morning, is that Greg, who did our meditation in our prayer meeting this morning, he said, what's the title of your talk? So I can weave it in. And I doubted my own mind because the title was Questioning as an Act of Love, and I told him it was doubt as an act of love. And he immediately responded and said, I don't believe in doubt. And I went, cool. But he was open to saying, and I'm open to a learning experience, to learn something new today. And that's the idea of the questioning, to stay in the question, to stay in the curiosity, with the foundation that we live in infinite possibility, right? Absolute certainty in what you believe is just as limiting and even as dangerous as not having any faith in what you believe. So it is a question of balance, and sometimes it is subtle. It is a whisper. I had an experience this week that rocked my world. And my default conditioning was, okay, God, where are you in this? And we have this teaching that has given me this beautiful foundation to back myself up from that and say, oh, here's an opportunity to see it differently. Because if I say what I believe, if I believe what I say I believe in, there is a power that is always working in and through and as us in our favor. We didn't come here to do it hard and suffering and struggling and then, like the old thing. You live and, things get worse and then you die and there's other, My doubt came, one of my biggest moments of doubt, this is an example of how it worked for me. Many, many years ago, I was at CSL Asheville, North Carolina, when John and Barbara Waterhouse were there. It was before I became a minister. I was a practitioner, and there was a practitioner retreat. And I had been to one a few years prior to that. It's the first time I did a fire walk. And so I went back to this next one a couple years later, because the first experience was so amazing. It was so transformative. And I went to this one, and we went through they were masterful at how they lead fire walk. And there's this whole, you spend half a day in consciousness and the rules and the safety and all this kind of stuff. And any questions you have about fire walking. So we went through all that again, and I went out. And one of the things that they will say to you is, when you're standing ready to go and you help build the fire throughout the day, it burns down to the coals. And when we go out to do actual walking, everybody surrounds that fire. John's at the other end with a garden hose for safety. If you happen to get kissed, it's called kissed by a coal. And so everybody's there, and everybody started singing and chanting and holding space, and it was dark, and it was beautiful, and I'm finding myself standing outside of the circle. And all of a sudden, this thing came over me, and I would say it was a crisis of faith. And it was so powerful because in that moment, number one, I knew I was not going to fire walk. But number two, I was I heard myself from head to toe, everything, watching this ritual and ceremony going on, and I heard myself say, what if this is all BS? But I said the words out loud. And it shook me to my core because at that point, I had already been in Science of Mind for 15 years. And it shook me that hard. The next day, Dr. Tracy Brown was there, if you know who Dr. Tracy is. And I asked if I could talk to her for a minute, and I just looked at her and I said, what if this is all BS? And with the most loving, calm energy around her, she just looked right back at me and said, okay, what if it is? She wasn't going to give me an answer because it wouldn't have been mine. I had to question what all of this meant. And I had to dig deep, and I had to keep digging deep and keep digging deep. And the most amazing thing was, what I eventually got to years later that was my ego, that was everything in the way that was terrified of going to ministerial school. I knew I had been called when I started practitioner training, and I resisted it. And it took me a long time to figure out that all of that, well, this is just a bunch of BS, was no. This is you having to get all of your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits to let Spirit work through you. That questioning, as many of you, probably all of you know, takes a lot of courage. It takes a tremendous amount of courage. And when you are gentle and grounded in knowing that you are always held in the light of love, you are not never held there. It makes everything a whole lot easier. So we live in this time right now when we're like, what is this all about? It is ripe with opportunity for us to question. To question where we fit, where this teaching fits. And I can tell you, it fits pretty well. I think this is what we have is something that the world really needs right now. And the best way for us to get the word out is to live it. Where you can hold in one hand saying, yes, today I don't know where God is, and on the other hand at the same time saying, yeah, I do. My higher self knows that God is in this too, and there is a part for me to play in it which will require me to grow. Pema Chodron, our wonderful, beautiful American Buddhist monk, says, sticking with uncertainty is how we learn to relax in the midst of chaos. How we learn to be cool when the ground beneath us suddenly disappears. So it's the both and. And to be okay. And to be okay with people around you questioning, to be okay with yourself questioning. To still see the God in somebody. There is no such thing as a stupid question. Somebody who genuinely, curiously wants to understand something. It's not for us to say, don't ask that question. It's for us to say, tell me more. Tell me more. So that beautiful line in the song, I'm going to ask you to remember that you have everything you need. Every time you look into a mirror, you're being held in the light of love. See the best in yourself. See the best in others as they question. We're all in this together, folks. This crazy world just keeps spinning round and round. Thank you, and I'm going to close with a song. Thank you. Our children will do what we do, not as we say. Gotta give them a good foundation. Let them build on it in their own way. Gotta reach out and listen and love. Let them know they're gonna make it, even though it might get tough. Mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, it goes on. See the best in them as they're questioning. It goes on and on and on. Our parents might judge what we do as we make our own way. We gotta give them all forgiveness. They're doing the best they can every day. We gotta reach out and listen and love. They Almighty God, so much to teach us. Let that be enough. Mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, it goes on. See the best in them as they're questioning. It goes on and on and on. The silver thread, the book of life. Choose whatever metaphor you like. This crazy old planet keeps spinning round the sun. It goes on. Mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, it goes on. See the best in them as they're questioning. It goes on and on and on. On and on and on. Goes on and on and on. On and on and on and on. There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to call someone to come up right now, and that is our board president, Cheryl Ray, who's also acting as the sound person, because that's what she does on Sunday mornings.
Crazy person.
Ah,
Hi, thank you. So great to see all your bright, shiny faces. I have a question. Don't think I'm crazy, even if I really am. Who here believes in magic? Oh my God, you guys are great. Awesome. So here's what I want to know is, do we have any magicians in the house? Any magicians? Okay, I would like to call some magicians up, and I would like all of you to come up because you're all really important. I'm going to start with, let's see, I don't see Will and Sarah here. How about Kat?
come on, Kat.
Come on, Kat.
You know, won't be alone long. Come on.
Kent?
Kent Pitzenbarger.
Yeah, just hang on to those for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Kent. Brian?
Okay, so remember, these are magicians.
These are all magicians. Tom? Barbara? 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 Are you the only Barbara, baby? Come on. Crystal is not here. Peter?
Crystal's online.
Oh, Crystal is online. Hi, Crystal.
Crystal. We got you.
Peter's not here. Laura, you're a magician. Maria, you're a magician. Chris, you're a magician. Bob, you're a magician.
There's not enough room for all the magicians.
Here, I'll scoot over because apparently I'm not a magician. Everybody, when I walked into this space the first time, I thought, this is going to take some magic. Because it was pretty rough, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to believe. I'm just going to believe it's going to work out just fine. But this team, and I know there were some other folks that stepped in and did some work. I know I did. This team made this happen.
Gord,
This team, go ahead. This team made this happen. Your community wants to thank you. And it's not nearly what you are valued at. It is a very small token of our gratitude, but we have a small gift for each of you. And so thank you. So everybody, let's give all of these fantastic souls another round of applause for their amazing work. Thank you.
So we're acknowledging Crystal, thank you. We're acknowledging Peter, who's not here, and we're also acknowledging Will and Sarah, who did so much, and so many of you showed up unexpectedly, and we just wanted to take a moment as a community to say thank you. It's just a little thank you and acknowledgement. And as you look around the room, does it make you feel happy? Ah, all right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys can all. We couldn't have done it without anyone. We had people that were at home praying. We had people that were bringing refreshments. We had people doing all different things the whole time. And not to mention, and we mentioned Crystal, but getting out of the other place, that was some serious magic. Let me tell you. Woo. All right, so we're going to celebrate not only the love and the gifts of each other in the room, we're going to celebrate our monetary gifts that we have to support the ministry of Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. If you have a gift with you, if you just want to put your hand on your heart, and let's just bless those gifts. Is it coming up? Okay, I'll wait for it. There it is. Let's do our abundance affirmation. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously, and so it is. So we will have a couple folks bringing some baskets forward in a minute or two, and we will listen and sing along with Kit.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Let's hear that harmony. Ready? Here we go. I am so blessed. I am so blessed, so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you so much. If I can invite Reverend Kit, and we have Greg with us, and we have Michelle, And we're going to take a moment and bless these gifts and bless this entire service and be grateful for all things. So I just take this moment to know that the hands and feet of this community move with gracefulness and love because we know that there is plenty for us. We know that the money that comes here supports the ministry. We know that there is nothing we can't do. There is no amount that we can't attach to when it is needed. And so I am just blessing that our finances are overflowing, that our love continues to overflow, that the energy of life that's poured into this place from individuals overflows. And so I'm grateful for that. And I know that right here and right now that this life that we live is a gift. It is a gift. And it is the life of Spirit living as us. And so as we walk in that truth, we know that there are no stupid questions, that there are only opportunities to reframe things, to understand something new, to see something differently, to invite someone else into our circle that we may not have invited before. So let us continue to walk on that path as we do our lives every day. And I pass this word.
And what I know is the love that we experienced this morning has expressed here with these gifts. We carry that love with us the rest of the week as we leave each of us today and return to our homes. We carry this love deep in our heart and share it with those we love and who love us.
And as I experience you and look out and those online, my heart is filled with the truth of who you are, how you show up with your love, in love, welcoming, accepting, questioning, being all that is in this now moment. And I feel so blessed to be a part of this community. And I give thanks for who each and every one of you are in my life. And I pass my word.
And I gather up all of these words that have been spoken on behalf of gratitude and love and joy, knowing that all the gifts that have been shared this morning are exponentially increased as we go out in consciousness into the world, knowing that we are abundantly and infinitely supplied, and that these gifts are just the tip of the iceberg of that good that is available to us in every moment. And so I allow these words to go into that law that have already gone into that law and already begun their work, their good work in the world, increased, pressed down, flowing over, shaken together. And so there is nothing else to be done here but to let it be so, to allow it into our consciousness and into our experience. And all we have to do is affirm it by saying together, and so it is, and so it is.
Okay, I'll be right there. I lost my sheet. Okay, so thank you all for celebrating with us today. Wow. Yes, I am still here. Where does she go? What's going on? And we will, oh, wow, thank you, Reverend Kit. Thank you so much. I just love you all, just love this community. And we get an opportunity to celebrate with one another, right? We're going to have some tables. I don't know if you all been smelling that food. We have so many gifts of food and goodies and cakes and the whole bit has just come in. So I look forward to connecting with you all around that. Wow. And we also have, as you heard in announcements, we will have some healing with Brian Kurtz. If you'd like to have a session with Brian, he will be in the room to the right of the kitchen. And there, if you would like to have prayer with a practitioner, we'll have practitioners on the side here. And if you're struggling to find someone, please come see me, and I will help connect you with someone. And you all have been doing that. It's been awesome. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to serve and allowing us to be served. So please come join us in the back. And I thank you. Have an awesome week. I look forward to partaking in all of the events that are coming after service this Sunday, next Sunday through June, Pride Month. Oh my gosh, we have so many opportunities to celebrate and to get to know one another. So thank you for who you're being. Thank you, Reverend Kit.
Thank you. If you would like to stand as you are able, our closing song is One People. It's real easy. We've done it before. One people living on one planet. Here we go. One people living on one planet, joining in one family, joining in one family. We are one. We are all one. Let's try that again. One people living on one planet, joining in one family, we are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family, we are all one. We're going to go up again. One people living on one planet, joining in one family, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one. And so, as we are all one, as we leave to share, to break bread together, to radiate our love and our abundance and our light in the world, we affirm that we are one indeed, nothing separate. So we're all in this together. Kindness matters. Love is the only answer. And so it is. Yes. Follow me to the back. Follow me to the back. Please, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to come in.